Patience is not weakness. Patience is power under control. Many people confuse delay with denial, but that is not true. Delay is often a sign that what is being prepared for you is bigger than what you first imagined. The greatest challenge for most of us is not waiting. It is what happens to us while we wait. Waiting exposes your character. Waiting reveals your discipline. Waiting tests your ability to trust the process when you cannot see the outcome. You see, the size of what you are asking for determines the length of the preparation. Small things are prepared quickly, but great things require time. A seed does not become a tree overnight. There is a season for planting, a season for watering, and a season for growth. And just because you cannot see anything happening beneath the soil does not mean nothing is taking place. The roots are spreading deep before the branches ever stretch wide. This is why you must resist the urge to quit during the waiting. Impatience will make you grab something smaller than what was designed for you. When you settle too quickly, you step out of alignment with your true destiny. Waiting is not punishment, it is positioning. It is shaping you to handle the weight of what is coming. Because what is coming is greater than you, and if it arrives too soon, it may crush you instead of bless you. Understand this. Preparation time is never wasted time. Every delay has a lesson. Every pause has a purpose. What you call waiting, heaven calls training. You are being developed in silence, built in obscurity, and refined in the unseen. When the moment finally comes, you will realize that the waiting was not in vain. The doors that took longer to open will lead to rooms you never imagined you would enter. So do not despise the season of delay. Do not let frustration drive you into doubt. Lift your head, steady your heart, and remind yourself that bigger always takes longer. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared. The longer the wait, the greater the unveiling. What is on its way is larger than what you asked for, stronger than what you hoped for, and designed to last longer than you dreamed. Delay is not denial. Waiting does not mean rejection. It is preparation for something greater. Big things require time, just like a seed takes seasons to become a tree. Greatness needs patience to unfold. Waiting shapes character. It builds discipline, strength, and the capacity to handle bigger responsibilities. Impatience leads to settling. Rushing too soon may cause you to accept less than what was truly meant for you. Preparation happens in silence. Unseen seasons of waiting are actually training grounds for greater unveiling. Would you like me to also craft these keynotes into short, punchy quotes like Myles Munroe would phrase them so they can be used as highlights or social media captions? Delay is not denial. This is one of the most powerful truths you must settle in your heart if you are ever going to rise above frustration and doubt. Too many people confuse the silence of the process with rejection, when in reality, silence is often the season when the most important work is happening. When you ask for something, when you work toward a dream, or when you envision a future that is larger than where you are right now, you must understand that the answer may not come in your timing. But just because it does not come when you expect does not mean it will never come. Delay is not the voice of rejection. It is the language of preparation. Think about a farmer who plants seeds in the soil. He does not walk out the next day and demand fruit from the ground. He knows the delay between the planting and the harvest is necessary for the seed to transform into what it was created to be. If the fruit appeared immediately, it would not have the structure, strength, or maturity to last. The delay is where the roots grow deep, where the foundation is secured, and where the unseen process makes the visible outcome possible. The farmer does not interpret the waiting as denial. He interprets it as nature's process. In the same way, you must learn to interpret your delays correctly. Many people sabotage their destiny because they misread their delays. They assume if something does not happen quickly, it was never meant to happen at all. They grow impatient, discouraged, and eventually walk away from opportunities that were still being prepared for them. Delay is not a closed door. It is a door being carved, fitted, and strengthened so that when it opens, it will hold the weight of what is coming through it. If you see delay as denial, you will shrink your vision and lower your expectations. But if you see delay as preparation, you will wait with anticipation instead of frustration. The truth is, anything of value requires time. You would never trust a doctor who studied medicine for only a week. You would never board a plane flown by a pilot who trained for just a day. Excellence is built in delay. Competence is formed in delay. Strength of character is forged in delay. If what you desire is significant, it will demand seasons of patience. And those seasons are not working against you, they are working for you. They are ensuring that when the opportunity arrives, you will be ready to hold it, manage it, and multiply it. Delay also protects you from premature exposure. Sometimes the very thing you are asking for could harm you if it came too soon. You may think you are ready, but readiness is not defined by your feelings. It is defined by your capacity. A building cannot rise taller than the strength of its foundation. If the foundation is shallow, the higher the building goes, the quicker it collapses. In the same way, the delay is laying foundations deep within you: discipline, resilience, perspective, so that when you rise, you will not fall under the pressure of what you receive. What looks like waiting is actually working. Behind the scenes, connections are being aligned, opportunities are being arranged, and resources are being positioned. Just because you do not see movement does not mean nothing is happening. The delay is orchestrating a bigger picture than you can currently perceive. It is like a tapestry being woven. On the backside it looks messy, with threads tangled and knots everywhere, but on the front side there is a beautiful design emerging. Delay allows the design to come together. The greatest mistake you can make is to confuse the pause with a period. A pause means not yet, and not never. The challenge is to endure the pause without losing faith in the promise. When you carry the right perspective, the pause will not frustrate you, it will fuel you. You will learn to wait with expectation, not despair. You will trust that every delay is an investment in your future, not a theft from your destiny. Delay is not denial. It is often the clearest sign that something greater than your imagination is on the way. You must hold your vision tightly and your timeline loosely. What you think is taking too long may actually be right on schedule. What feels like stagnation may be acceleration happening in a dimension you cannot see. The question is not whether your future will arrive. The question is whether you will be prepared when it does. And preparation always comes disguised as delay. Big things require time. Anything that carries weight, significance, and lasting impact cannot be rushed. When you look at creation itself, you see that nothing of real value happens instantly. Mountains are formed over ages, rivers carve their paths through persistence, and even the stars we admire took millions of years to shine their light across the universe. Greatness follows a rhythm of process, and process demands patience. When you dream of something large, something beyond your present capacity, you must accept that time is a necessary ingredient in its formation. Instant success is a deception, because what is built quickly often crumbles just as quickly. A seed is the clearest illustration of this truth. You can place it in the soil today, but no amount of impatience or rushing will turn it into a tree tomorrow. That seed must go through seasons of transformation that are invisible to the eye. It breaks open beneath the earth, develops roots in the darkness, and slowly pushes its way upward toward the light. It may seem like nothing is happening for months, yet all along the seed is becoming what it was destined to be. The taller the tree, the deeper the roots must go, and the longer the process takes. Small plants may sprout quickly, but they wither under harsh conditions. Large trees take longer to appear, but they endure storms, droughts, and the passing of time. The very delay you may resent is the reason for durability. When you ask for something significant, whether it is a vision, a business, a relationship, or a calling, you are asking for something that requires preparation. The size of the outcome is proportional to the length of the process. If it is small, the preparation will be short. If it is big, the preparation will feel long, but that time is not wasted. It is building strength into you and into the very thing you are waiting for. You cannot microwave greatness. You must let it simmer, develop, and mature until it is ready to sustain itself. Consider the difference between a cheap structure and a skyscraper. A small hut can be built in days, but a skyscraper may take years. Why? Because the foundation of a skyscraper must go deep into the ground before it can ever rise into the sky. If the builders rush the foundation, the higher levels will collapse under their own weight. The time taken at the beginning is what ensures the strength at the end. In the same way, the greater your destiny, the deeper your foundation must be built. The delay you feel is often the digging of that foundation, unseen but essential. We live in a world obsessed with speed. Everyone wants quick results, fast answers, and instant gratification. But speed does not equal significance. Fast food fills your stomach, but it does not nourish your body. Quick profits may excite you, but they rarely last. Things that endure are crafted slowly, with care and intentionality. A diamond is formed under pressure and time. Gold is purified by fire. Your own journey requires the same patience. If you are waiting longer than others, it is not because you are forgotten. It is because what is being built in you is greater. Time also protects you from immaturity. If you receive something before you are ready to handle it, you will misuse it or lose it. The process of waiting gives you wisdom, perspective, and endurance. It teaches you discipline and balance. It stretches your capacity to manage more than you thought possible. Every delay is shaping you into the kind of person who can carry what you are asking for without it crushing you. Great responsibilities demand great maturity, and maturity is forged only through time. The longer the process, the more complete the outcome. Rushing leads to shortcuts, and shortcuts lead to weakness. When you rush a meal, it lacks flavor. When you rush a building, it lacks strength. When you rush your own development, you lack depth. Patience is the price of excellence. Those who embrace it are not only rewarded with results, but with results that last. Big things require time because they are meant to endure beyond a moment. They are designed to influence generations. If you are in a season where it feels like nothing is happening, remind yourself that the greater the vision, the longer the preparation. Do not envy those who seem to arrive quickly, because quick arrivals often lead to quick departures. Choose instead to embrace the slow, steady shaping of your life. The time it takes is proof of the magnitude of what is being prepared. A hut can be built overnight, but a kingdom requires years, and the vision you carry is not a hut. It is a kingdom. It is worth the wait. Waiting shapes character. It is in the seasons of delay, silence, and uncertainty that the deepest parts of who you are tested and refined. Character is not built in comfort, it is revealed in pressure. When you are forced to wait for something you deeply desire, you discover the strength or weakness of your patience, your discipline, and your perspective. It is easy to declare faith when impatience leads to settling. Nothing destroys potential faster than the urge to grab what is available instead of waiting for what is best. When the pressure of waiting grows heavy, the temptation becomes strong to accept something smaller than what was intended for you. The danger of impatience is that it blinds you to the value of process. You begin to mistake convenience for destiny, and you convince yourself that what is easy must be what is right. But the truth is, impatience will always offer you less than what you were created to carry. Think of someone who plants a tree and then becomes tired of waiting for it to grow. Instead of watering it and nurturing it, they cut it down and replace it with a small shrub that grows quickly. The shrub appears to satisfy the desire for progress, but it will never become a strong tree that offers shade, fruit, or longevity. That is what impatience does. It trades long term greatness for short-term gratification. It convinces you to choose what is available now instead of what is possible later. Settling always feels easier in the moment, but it costs more in the future. Impatience often comes from fear. The fear that time is running out, the fear that opportunities are passing you by, or the fear that maybe what you desire was never meant for you. But fear distorts perspective. Time is not your enemy, it is your teacher. Opportunity does not disappear when you are being prepared for it. It is simply waiting until you are ready to handle it. The very thing you are tempted to reach for too soon may be the reason you miss what was truly meant for you. Settling is not progress, it is compromise. Consider relationships. Many people settle for partnerships that are convenient instead of waiting for those that align with their true calling. They fear being alone, so they choose someone who fills the space but not the purpose. Years later, they realize they exchanged temporary comfort for lasting fulfillment. The impatience to have someone now cost them the joy of having the right one later. This principle applies to every area of life. Settling in business, in vision, or in purpose always diminishes the greatness you were designed to experience. The truth is, impatience makes you exchange the eternal for the temporary. It causes you to accept crumbs when a feast was being prepared. It whispers that something is better than nothing, and in doing so, it robs you of the best. Waiting may feel painful, but settling is always more painful in the long run. Waiting strengthens you, settling weakens you. Waiting positions you for increase, settling locks you into limitation. Look at history, and you will see countless examples of those who missed their true potential because they refused to wait. Kingdoms were lost, fortunes disappeared, and destinies were derailed because of one impulsive decision made in a moment of impatience. One wrong move at the wrong time can cost years of progress. On the other hand, those who chose patience often walked into influence and opportunities far greater than they could have orchestrated on their own. Patience preserves greatness, impatience destroys it. Impatience also reveals a lack of trust in the process. To wait requires faith. It requires believing that something better is being prepared even when you cannot see it. Impatience is the refusal to trust. It demands results now, even if those results are smaller than what was promised. But when you trust the process, you understand that every delay is working for your good, and you refuse to accept anything that falls short of your vision. Settling is a silent thief. It does not announce itself loudly. It appears reasonable, even practical. But in truth, it steals your future by chaining you to something beneath your potential. You were not created to live in compromise. You were designed to walk in fullness. That fullness will not come through impatience. It will only come through endurance. Impatience leads to settling, and settling will always cost more than waiting. You must decide whether you want what is quick or what is lasting. Do not trade the vision of a lifetime for the comfort of a moment. Do not let the pressure of time push you into choices that will limit your destiny. Wait even when it feels unbearable, because the price of settling is far greater than the price of patience. The vision you carry is too valuable to exchange for something smaller. You were made for more, and more always takes time. Preparation happens in silence. The most important work of your life often takes place in seasons where no one is clapping for you, no one is watching, and no one even knows what you are doing. It is easy to think that silence means nothing is happening, but the truth is, silence is the soil of transformation. What looks invisible to others is where you are being molded, shaped, and equipped for what is coming. Greatness is never born in the spotlight. It is forged in the hidden places. When you look at the seed buried beneath the soil, there is no applause for its struggle. No one is cheering as it pushes through darkness, breaks apart, and sends its roots deeper into the ground. But without that hidden season, there can be no tree, no fruit, no shade. The silent preparation is not wasted. It is essential. The taller the destiny, the longer the season in the dark. People often want the stage without the shaping, but the shaping is what gives you strength to stand when the stage finally arrives. The danger is that silence feels like neglect. When your work is unseen, when your progress is unnoticed, you may believe you are being overlooked. But in truth, this is when you are being developed the most. The world cannot see it, but discipline is forming. The world cannot applaud it, but endurance is being built. The world cannot recognize it, but wisdom is being deposited. These are the qualities that sustain greatness when the spotlight eventually finds you. Without them, attention becomes a trap instead of a platform. Preparation in silence also strips away the distractions that come with recognition. In quiet seasons, you are not performing for approval. You are not building your identity on praise. You are learning who you are without the noise of validation. This is critical because when you finally step into a larger space, you must know who you are independent of applause. If you do not, you will spend your life chasing the crowd instead of fulfilling your calling. Silence is where you are anchored in identity. Look at the lives of those who achieved lasting influence, and you will find a hidden period of obscurity. Years of practice, years of rejection, years of solitude. These were not wasted years. They were the foundation. A musician spends countless hours rehearsing in rooms where no one is listening before they ever play in front of thousands. An athlete trains in early mornings and late nights, sweating in silence, before a crowd ever chants their name. A leader studies, works, and plans in obscurity before anyone calls them visionary. The world celebrates the moment of arrival, but ignores the years of silent preparation that made arrival possible. Silence is also where your motives are purified. When no one is watching, the question becomes, why are you doing it? If you quit when no one applauds, it reveals that you were never committed to the work itself, but only to the recognition. Silent seasons force you to dig into your true purpose. They make you confront whether your vision is worth pursuing even if no one notices. This purification of motive is what ensures you can handle influence later without being corrupted by it. The unseen preparation is what protects you from collapse under pressure. Visibility multiplies weight. The higher you rise, the more eyes are on you, and the more criticism, expectation, and responsibility you must carry. If you are not strengthened in the silence, you will crumble under that weight. But if you endure the preparation, you will stand firm, unshaken by praise or criticism, because your strength was forged when no one was watching. The process of silence is not easy. It demands patience, resilience, and a willingness to feel invisible without losing sight of your vision. It requires trust that what you are doing in the hidden place will one day be revealed at the right time. It asks you to give your best effort when there is no recognition, to commit to excellence even when no one seems to care. But this is exactly what sets you apart. Many people want the crown, but not the process of shaping. Few are willing to embrace silence, but those who do will emerge not only gifted, but grounded, not only talented, but tested. Preparation happens in silence because silence gives you roots before you are given wings. It builds a foundation that fame cannot shake, criticism cannot destroy, and pressure cannot break. The unseen is always greater than the seen. And when the time comes, what was formed in silence will speak louder than anything you could have tried to prove in noise. So when you find yourself in the waiting, do not curse it, do not fight it, and do not run from it. Embrace it as the classroom of destiny. Every delay is shaping you, every pause is teaching you, and every silence is preparing you. The bigger the vision, the longer the process, the deeper the roots, and the stronger the foundation. Refuse to settle, refuse to shrink, and refuse to doubt. Hold on with patience, because what is coming will be worth every moment you endured. The wait is never wasted, and when the unveiling comes, you will not only receive what you longed for, you will be ready to carry it, protect it, and multiply it.